Sports Radio. FS1. Looking for the one, what you looking at the one? To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1. Looking for the one, what you looking at the one? Listening to 95.7 The Game, KCMC-FM at HD1 San Francisco. The Odyssey Station. We are. And here's what you need to know.
In college football, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza took home the Davey O'Brien Award for Best Quarterback and the Maxwell Award for Most Outstanding Player in the nation. In the NBA, it was a good night for Joel Embiid and the 76ers.
Goddamn liar.
As the Cavaliers rallied past the Wizards 130 to 126. Anthony Edwards had a double-double, 24 points and 14 rebounds, and the Mavericks beat the Nets 119 to 111. And on the ice, the Magic outscored the Kraken 5-3. I'm Monty Bolaños.
This is Project NIL. This is the show that explores the evolving intersection of youth sports and name, image, and likeness in today's athletic landscape. Project NIL is right now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios.
Name, image, and likeness. Imagine needing to play sports to control your name, image, and likeness.
Good morning. Happy holidays, everybody. This is Project NIL with Danny DeBernardinis, the AD for Penn Charter High School, one of the oldest high schools in the country. I'm Anthony Gargano.
Oldest high school in the country.
And we dive into Project NIL. And by the way, every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why in U.S. Soccer launching For the Assist, the celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands.
Support Haley.
Like Sensodyne, Voltaren, Advil, Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleyOnAssist.com. Good morning, Danny B. What's
Good
going on?
morning.
How you doing, baby? Good, brother. Good. It's an interesting
2 a.m. waking up.
college, and we got a lot to go over today. All right, because I want to go over private equity, because private equity is here. It's going to change
Private
the
equity
landscape
here?
of college sports.
Not a lot of it.
In the great state of Utah. So we're going to touch on that. I want to touch on this new phenomenon of high school kids now leaving their states and going from school to school. It remind you of anything? Just like college. All right? I got some mailbag stuff. We're going to get into camps, and we're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff. So lots to go over today during the show. Let's start, my brother, with private equity. PE is in the college landscape, and it's here. The more, it's amazing. Every day, the more convoluted this world gets.
It's we always say every week, it's ever changing, right? We don't know what's going to happen next, and this is just another example of it. University of Utah is, merging or having a partnership with Atro, which is a capital private equity firm, to give an infusion of cash, about $500 million, which is crazy, right? Like, I thought private equity might come into the mid-majors first, right? Because they need to find a way to compete. They might not have the boosters, or they might not have, the collectives to support these college programs and these NIL deals. I didn't think it would be at like a Power 5 conference, right? Because they have huge alumni bases and they have money. So this is just the first domino to fall, but it's going to continue, right? I mean, they're in. So we'll dive into it a little bit more. But
Come on, Ted.
it's
Cut
something that I
the
never foresaw,
beard,
you know,
Ted.
happening, and now it's here.
So, I guess for layman terms,
Oh, God.
what we're talking about is private equity groups come in and they basically buy or lease. It's really a lease of the athletic program. And it's basically owners. Now, I had heard that
Good cut.
some of the bigger Power 5 schools were being looked at by billionaires.
Yep.
So if you look around the NFL at some of the groups like Josh Harris, say, let's look at Harris Blitzer Entertainment. They own the Commanders. They also own the Devils in the NHL and the Sixers in the NBA. They also own a soccer team, and that's Josh Harris is the chairman of Harris Blitzer Entertainment. And like I had heard that they were looking into college entertainment. That that there's some talk about the billionaires and then the private equity firms going into colleges and basically leasing their programs. So they would control everything from
YOLO.
into concessions to the gate, right?
I'm downtown San Francisco looking for YOLOs.
To the program, right? Like, so they would own the football program.
Downtown San Francisco looking for
You know this.
YOLOs.
It's is it just football and basketball? How's it work?
So the private equity group, they're creating this entity called Utah Brands and Entertainment LLC. So that will run all the revenue generating operations through all their sports. So sponsorships, ticketing, licensing, media, hospitality, right? All that stuff, kind of like what owners do in professional sports, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Overseeing payroll.
yeah, so they're going to give this influx of cash that's going to help, raise, help with the costs that are rising and financial deficits due to NIL, right? And it's like a revenue sharing, right? It's going to offset it. So Utah's president,
Where are you
and
at?
athletic director, will
You know the
control
rules.
decisions around coaches and operations.
10
sharing
jugs.
Student athletes, but they're kind of in every other spot. So this firm will hire a president that will work hand in hand with the athletic director and president of the school. So there's a group, they kind of have some answer to. They're giving them this huge influx of cash, to help them compete. But also, they're not doing it for anything. It's not just some billionaires giving back to the school. They're expecting returns on this money, right? This is an investment. Much like professional owners, right? Like they buy the teams, but they also did because they have a passion or love, but also they do it
Big
because
chunk
it's a
out right
really
there
smart
too.
investment, right? These entities grow and have a much larger valuation down the end. So there are obviously a lot of opportunity for Utah, but also there's a lot of risk at the same time.
Well, the risk is on the private equity, right? I mean, because look, what we're talking about basically is a rev share of the conference money for TV, right? Like, that's your biggest check.
Yep.
So your biggest check is coming from television. And the conferences, and this is another thing too, because how soon until these private equity people go, well, wait a second, we can join a conference, but you guys aren't going to control who we are. There's going to be the next thing is the CBA with the players, and then within the order of the conference, because right now the conference is making bank.
Yep.
Right. Like, well, who's to say these teams all they are is a structure in the league. Like the league itself is its own entity.
Yeah, and they're going to come in and help. Well, they're going to, with these conferences, they're going to have more of a say. These firms are going to come in with these teams, and they're going to try to maximize the dollar, right? So there's going to be these investors, they think there's so much more probably potential.
Stephen Curry.
So that's also something they're going to come in and say, hey, we're going to help
Shooting
you
from-
with this. We're going to be like your agent on this.
He's not even on the
card,
feet
right?
court
We're
he's
gonna
shooting.
conferences. We're going to negotiate.
Be serious. You can't take this guy serious. He's warming up off the
Grow
court.
revenue staff. We're going to help you
You know how much room they got next to a basketball court? About this much room.
Your NIL impact on things. So it's again a whole new world we're diving into.
It's wild, man.
So much about it every single time.
You know.
And like, so like the one question for me is like, what's the oversight look like? Because
Yes.
this is a new entity that might not have the same like public reporting rules as a university.
So true.
Right? So they're super involved with like, where's the transparency? Like, I mean, there's governing bodies that are, I'm saying that loosely now, but like, who's to say like what that looks like, right, for them?
Yeah, well, right, because like, what do you think the NCAA is gonna have power over these?
Choru, choru, creamy choru.
Like, where's that look like?
Well, and now, like, here's the other issue, right? Like,
Choru, choru, creamy choru.
you know, there's no real rules with salary cap.
Right in my eye.
So, it's like anything else. It's going to go wild. And so you get these players that are so good, they're going to say, well, it's worth taking a loss here because I'm going to make it up with, you know, my marketing deals, my shoot deals, right? Like, it is unbelievable. Like, we are living in a wild time. Like, this is we're living through the change of collegiate sports in the most dramatic way.
100%.
It's unbelievable.
YOLO.
I can't fathom it. Like, we're actually, like, think about, you're an athletic director. When
Just woke up.
First get into, when you're 37 years old, think about when you first get into the field. I mean, the AD in college was
Just
like
woke up.
the god.
Yeah.
Like, the AD was the most powerful guy at the university. With the president. I mean, for sure. It was legitimate president, but the AD wielded real power. Then when sports blew up, like, you go to a lot of these states, like, look at Louisiana.
Stalin, bro,
Who's
huh?
the power? Like, the governor. The governor's, they got, you know, because sports got so big, that all of a sudden the governor's involved. Now, you got private equity. So, you go, well, where's the AD?
Come on, tap it up. Get subscribe.
I'm on in Louisiana. We talked about
Do
it.
something.
The governor came out and said he didn't like the contracts that he made. He was fired the next 2 days later. You know?
Yeah, he didn't like the Brian Kelly contract.
Yeah. So and he said, I don't like the Jimbo Fisher one. I don't like Brian Kelly. So you know what? He trashed them publicly, and then 2 days later, the guys were out of job. But another thing is like the university on paper, you know, they have control, right? But revenue pressure increases expectations.
What did I miss?
Investors' timelines, right? They have these timelines and expectations they're laying out for their company that could, you know, clash with what the school academic wants to do or how they want to invest their money, right? Those timelines have to match up, and then these decisions they're making now are going to be directly influenced by financial goals, which universities at its core always didn't do, right? They obviously wanted to be profitable to have long-term.
Well, it was about education. Like, at one point, even though, like, there was always like well, you know, he's taking basket weaving. That was like the big deal, like in the 90s, right? Like,
Basket weaving was big in the 60s, you shit stain.
There was a movie written by a great writer, a great friend of mine, Ron Shelton, called Blue Chips.
Love it. Great.
All right? Some Shaq.
Crap movie.
Hardaway. It's basically they built piece of basketball. He takes over like a UCLA type of school. And, you know,
The best part is at the end of Blue Chips when Shaq gets the alley-oop and you hear this voiceover, but his mouth is shut. Shaq only super do a voiceover with while dunking. Can you imagine trying to talk while done?
the
you say nice things about Michael, nice things about me. There's nice things about me.
Well, look at the car dealer guy. He's giving it away. He's giving some cars. Now you're talking about billions of dollars. Like you're talking about real money.
Cheers. You know the rules. 10 gulps.
Sports business.
Yeah, Coach O was on that podcast this weekend. He said he was joking, but he said someone asked me like how I'm like, I said the main difference is I'm gonna walk in the front door with the cash.
It's true, but now the cash.
Now the cash is tax.
It's just a big pie, and it's a big check.
And he's like pay taxes on it now.
Yes, this isn't, hey, I got $10 in the bag, in a brown bag. This isn't anything like that. This is real money, real big business, television.
Remy Choru.
When you think
You must have Remy Choru? Nice. I like that typo.
it's like,
Get reamed and fucking eat some Choru.
when you think about
Indiana quarterback
competition,
Fernando Mendoza.
state, right? You get the Pacers.
And your comment got ethered, but I can still see it.
Right. But you got
Oh, hi.
no hop.
Oh, yeah.
And the university is the biggest thing. Like you got Notre Dame up north, but Indiana University,
46 views, 17 minutes.
many people that state, have gone there.
What's going on?
It means something, the brand, the colors.
Did the Warriors win?
That stuff means something.
Didn't see.
It's a valuable entity. So the media rights, Indiana media rights are going to be worth more than the Pacers.
The Bulls went into Charlotte and
They
won.
just paid their coach, football coach. Whoever thought that a football coach in Indiana would be getting $100 million.
The Warriors lost at home. Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, 24 points.
Shows you the power of the universities. The other question I have, man, is like, what's the
Timberwolves are kind of shit. I mean,
from this
you're not going to win a point.
youth world? And
Rudy Gobert's not going to, get you at 30 buckets. So you might stop like about 5 buckets from the enemy. Gobert had 24 points. Let's look at the box score. See the plus minus. Rudy Gobert was +8. Devontae DiVincenzo is +16. Nearly twice as good. Who played the most? They both played the same minutes. One player +8, one player +16. Let's look at Curry. Curry on the court. Was Curry effective tonight? It's the Minnesota box score. Where's the Golden State box score? There it is. Curry, 32 minutes, 39 points. -3. So that Curry scored 39 points while he was on the field. The Timberwolves scored 42. Rudy Gobert, 24 points. While he was on the court, Golden State scored 60. 60. There's no 6-7 in the box score. Let's look at team stats. Let's see if there's a 6-7 in the team stats. points in the paint. The Timberwolves, 66! Almost 67 points in the paint. Dude, you come in 66 points in the paint? What the fuck? I mean, wow. That's a lot of points in the paint. The Golden State Warriors, 44 points in the paint. And they lost by less than 10. They got outscored in the paint by 22. I mean, baller inside presence, low post defense, bro. Mr. Box Out. Box out. Yeah, Tiger pizza shit. Tiger piece of poo. Tiger piece of poo. Tiger piece of poo. From chucking with dropping emojis times 3. Homer's, you need to know that Homer Simpson just destroyed Bart Simpson's Xbox. I mean, I'm actually on the hook for this one. Homer just destroyed Bart Simpson's Xbox. Why would Homer do that? Now I actually get to see what new games come out today, because the December 12th list was long as fuck. There was like 15 games on PlayStation 5 that came out yesterday. Today, there's no games that come out today. We're waiting for the 15th for the next game. Tomba 2, The Evil Swine returns. Trouble, which is final. Episode 1, Daughters of Amalgam. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. Sanctuary of Cerberus. Okay, new PlayStation games tomorrow. Give them a day to finish what they started. Okay, you got one day before you're playing some old ass shit. World of Warcraft is never old. And I get another comment. What's that comment got ethered? Lick my poo. Lick it. Lick. Lick the poo poo. There you go. My show is this shit. Your favorite show wouldn't do that. You'd get all offended. Could you imagine not being woke? You're still getting offended by shit, bro. Let's be woke. Be woke. Be woke. Like this guy. Thanks for the comment. Now you owe me a subscriber, because my show is the GOAT. No, I'm the GOAT. I'm the best of all time. The GOAT. Look at this. Look at this shit, bro. Bowels deep. Why does it call me Whoa, dude, this computer The computer knows my name. I am bowels deep. Woo! Zest. Woo! What are the topics? Let's start this new segment. First time. Look at this. Celeb Downs wins 2025 Jim Thorpe Award. Filter not working. Come on, filter. There it is. Tell Trump something he's not used to hearing. Is that Teddy Bridgewater? No, that's not Teddy. I don't know who that is. Charlie Batch. Phillip Rivers. 2010 pick. Raiders announced Geno Smith decision. That's right. No, Kenny Pickett from the Eagles is starting versus the Eagles for the Raiders. Massive excitement. I think Joe Burrow was a little jealous that Kenny Pickett is having fun. Joe Burrow I'm going to say this for the first time. But, obviously Joe Burrow, he wishes he was Kenny Pickett. Sue wiping up for a battery check. It says 100%. How is that possible? I'm at 100%. I'm not plugged in. Duly noted. Here I am to note. Take notes. Doesn't appear in chat anymore. I wish it would appear in chat. My favorite streamer had a baby. McZizzle. Should be my baby. Because I saw her man wears flip-flops. Her man goes outside without real shoes. That could never be me, man. I'm not a punk, but I'll crush your foot. Come on. Joe Burrow wishes he was Kenny Pickett. He asked the Steelers, hey, what quarterback do you hate? Well, they hate their own players who won the Super Bowl. So they hate Kenny Pickett because they didn't win the Super Bowl. I used to think Styx was like a good band. People would say, what's your favorite band? I'd say Styx, trying to be sophisticated. I'm gonna blow. It's gonna go. by all intensive purposes, it does appear that I'm close to 1,700 subs. So this is my dashboard. This is my YouTube studio. The dashboard has good lighting. YouTube studio doesn't. If I scroll down on this, the studio page is in dark mode. Can I set moderation activity? What is this? I just turned off my ability for my moderators to take actions. Strange. Will they even notice? They shouldn't. My moderators shouldn't be timing out people. Three-alarm fire burned San Francisco Tenderloin residential building. Which one was it? Well, I'll click on it. I'm looking at MSN Network. Story by Carlos Castaneda. Near Taylor and Market Streets. The fire started at 3 a.m. on Golden Gate Avenue near Taylor, Golden Gate Theater. On the top floor, spread into the attic, the roof in the building. Over 100 firefighters in the building were able to prevent it from spreading to lower floors. Yeah, that's the type of thing that happens in San Francisco. They're so good at putting out fires that only units in top floors take damage. You get water damage through the lobby, the sprinklers. Now, when I was evacuating my own building in the fire, which I did record, I recorded a video from my own act. Not many people have that, evacuating from your house on fire. That was this year. We had the warm up episode. How much is codfish breakfast? Was the sausage? How much is, what was this question? Latest post. I had codfish and I went to lunch breakfast twice in the morning at church. Lunch breakfast. Church doesn't know what time it is. Not a clock. Church is a clock. Clockwork Orange has no church scenes except biblical scenes. 3-alarm. I've seen that building on fire. It's the same building I saw on fire. Buildings don't drop. Yeah, everybody loves overtime pay. Baby, overtime pay. You know the rules. 10 jugs. I feel like I fucked up my chin, but hey. Do you know how many YouTubers are trying to grow anything, bro? They can't grow shit, bro. Dude, Scott the Woz. Scott the Woz can't grow a beard. David Da Vinci can't grow a beard. Mike Preach can't grow a beard. Pat the NES Punk can't grow a beard. NES nerd James Rolfe can't draw beard. The Game Chasers. The Game Chasers community is still relevant because links to Clan of the Cave Bear. And you will see that peeping and watching poop come out of strangers. What you want to do is use your camera to watch someone take a big fecal matter. I mean, you take fecal matter on YouTube, YouTube poop. It's called YouTube poop for a reason. Watch somebody take a big shit like Adam. You know who wants to take a big shit? Mythbusters. That Adam dude, he wants to put a camera in his ass so you can watch it fire out. Dude wants to put a camera in his ass so you can watch it slip out like a bead. He's looking for that water-like smoothness effect. Oh, when I was a kid, I used to like to flash my butthole at high-speeding cars. If you see a car coming and it's too fast and you know they ain't gonna stop, what you do is you don't moon them, you part the Red Sea. Show them everything when the car comes by. Back in the 80s, you could have caught me in the middle of the street. And I definitely wasn't wearing shorts, so I had to wear pants all through the 80s. Not a single pair of shorts. These kids today, they give you these tighty whities so you can barely fit into some Levi's that don't. What's harder on my cotton underpants? The tight ass Levi's inseam or the shit skid marks? I was Mr. Skid Mark back in LA. That's right. But in LA, you end up walking like 2 hours in the middle. You can get anywhere in 2 hours. Don't worry about it's going to. You can walk anywhere in about 2 hours in LA, but you're gonna break a sweat. Even at the lowest speed. Around here, I broke a sweat yesterday trying to get to the clinic in less than 20 minutes. So I ended up with like some 15-minute uphill road march and then a 20-minute wobble home. Doing the dope fiend wobble, but my hand's not out like this. I'm not clenching. Dude, he's clenching, but he's reaching. He's reaching. Can't wait for this next NFL weekend. Who's getting eliminated this weekend? I think it's only one team. Chiefs technically will be eliminated, right? Maybe Dallas. Let's look at Cowboy elimination scenarios. Eliminated. Long words. Cowboys can't lose one game. They need Tigers on the Giants. How is that possible? Battery check. I usually get 102 episodes in a row. That's the norm. That's the norm. So. Trying to get 1,700. We're at 82 views at 40 minutes. Okay. I think my text reader is broke. But it also totally had its upgrade. Kim Jong-un, this smoke's for you. The youngest world leader is a smoker. Taunting everybody, bring it. He's gonna smoke you like a pack. Kim Jong-un is smoking on his fallen comrades. A moment of silence for Kim Jong-un's lost regiment. They were allegedly so ill-equipped that they had to steal Russian kitchens. When you go to war, you bring your own rice cooker. I don't have one. I don't know where to get one. You can't bring a microwave? When I first moved in, I wanted a portable cooler. And then I wanted an ice machine. Then the ice came. Saint Bede, the saint of need, my saint, indeed. Indeed, say indeed without. Indeed. Saint Bede. Damn. Denny's employees' paychecks are bouncing. That's some bullshit. But the other Denny's are still getting paid. That'd be fucked up if you were working at Denny's and you were getting paid, but the other Denny's were still getting paid. I mean, let your home explode. Natural gas is for pussies. I ain't got no natural gas in here. Trying to light up in here, you know. Filthy Frank in here, yeah. This is the room I first saw Filthy Frank. I was exposed. The world was tainted by Filthy Frank, but I saw him. So I'm still Filthy Frank. Filthy is a nice word. Wow. Filth might be the best F word. Filth. What do you think I was gonna say? Fuck, and you were gonna nut. No, I said filth. Which should make you nut harder, right? Because man needs filth. Man needs his filth. I love this theme song from Maple Story. Can't play too much of it. That was probably too much, but I think I hit 4.5 seconds. Love has no labels. Kevin Nash is in here. Next to Filthy Frank, teaching me how to act. I can be like Kevin Nash or Filthy Frank. Left elbow. Wear arm brace. See, a quarterback can wear arm brace. So just no. Send extra blood into his elbow. He'll be deliberately not using his elbow while firing the rest of the muscles. Probably affects his running stride. Jalen Daniels, who basically led the quarterbacks in rushing attempts last year, but when you line up in a formation that suggests, it's all about faking your opponent out, doing the okey doke, showing them a formation that Jalen Daniels is going to run. Jalen Daniels was put into a running formation 300 times last year, which is overkill in the NFL. So we'll have Jaden is on. He's damaged goods now. He's damaged left elbow. You don't want to have your left elbow damaged. My left elbow is pretty good. Frank Sinatra. Can't wait for Sunday. I love Sunday. God's Day. You know what? Let me tell you, these ungodly college football fans, ungodly, scheduling their holy events on Saturday. Pasadena is my Kosovo. Los Angeles is Tel Aviv. Yeah, they're about to turn South California into a damn fucking Gaza Strip, bro. I'm telling you, Gaza Strip, California will be close. They got better stuff than the Niners. Pittsburgh hold to the Bruins and Trojans year. Split games, and you're gonna get the first game. Let's look at the 2026 opponents. I don't know who the USC Trojans are playing next year. I meant to do this separately because I've never really gone into future college football schedules. This is strange. FUTUR schedules USC. Okay. FBS schedule, future schedules. Is this the same website I get my NFL news from? NFL schedules. Okay, here we go. Fresno State. They're playing Fresno State again next year. I hate Fresno State. Maybe 2027, there's no Fresno State Fresno State USC Trojan game. We can have a big fiasco and they could potentially can't. And they just canceled it, but it's already not been scheduled. But next year, Louisiana, who the hell is that? I don't even know who that is. The only thing on the schedule is fucking Fresno State, bro. Look how bad this is. With the Trojans. See Fresno State hit in 2028, 2026. They're not even on this list. They're not on this list. I mean, shit. Go join the Mountain West Fresno. How about you show up in December? Never liked Fresno. Never liked Fresno. People could get bank loans, and you could get money in college. They had a different type of welfare. To understand the welfare system in Fresno, it was more bank credit oriented, where instead of going to the welfare department, you go to the bank department and tell them, mumble through a business plan, and Fresno would give you like $3,000. Like Fresno got the greatest welfare. Like it was just full of poor people with nothing. So in the 60s, and this was a long time ago. This isn't the current Fresno babies don't get the same deal. It's like you got this massive loan from a bank, a private bank. You get a massive loan from a private bank. I never got a loan from a bank. Banks never gave me shit. They give me my money back. I get my money in my bank. If I hit 1 hour, I'm 6 minutes away. I like to wrap my show at 1 hour 56 in the winter. My neck's getting stiff from my damn. Let's go into the hood. Just hide your bald spot. Good episode, 84 views. Now gender reveal, Snoop Dogg something. His daughter. Snoop Dogg's fucking on him with no condom. Hey, Snoop be fucking on him, be fucking on him, be fucking on him, with fucking on him with, hey, no condom. Pay for condom. condoms. Condoms like 20 bucks. 20 bucks just for a box, man. I ain't trying to pay that. 7-Eleven, you want it? I have to pay Japan. Japan is sucking off. They're eating everything out of that fucking petroleum. Petroleum. Have it. Take a swig. Condom can. Okay. Petroleum in petroleum in condoms, not right. Vaseline and I remember you can't know the potential damage to the latex. You don't want to have the latex explode. That's true. That's true. Sometimes you can't unseat fast enough. Yeah, baby, let me reach behind my ear. I got foreign substance, petroleum on the condom. What are the ingredients? How do you make a latex? The sap of a rubber tree. Polyurethane. Synthetic rubber, often used for condoms made for individuals with latex allergy. Everybody, all humans have latex allergies. Lamb intestines. Is silicone oil. Antioxidants such as zinc, which help take your Centrum A to Z, get your zinc. I'm totally mumbling through condom chemical composition, but I get the gist of it. Don't mix. Bring extra. Experiment. Good practice. It's the best practice. Let's see, Allen Iverson, how many children he has. Five kids. He has good practice. Everybody says that Iran is the worst place to be, which is like kind of the center of the world. I want to invade Iran, and only the British are guilty of such a crime. So I can't, because I like to look at to have empathy on the prior empire that tried to stay rich. You know, the Iran got screwed because India got screwed. They took all the rights to feed the Indians, to invade Iran, to beat the Turks, to push the oil into Stalingrad. So in order to win World War II, what really bankrupted was not the shells from Utah, like the Raj, Calcutta was fucked up. Calcutta wouldn't feed these hungry people. All these hungry people were walking into Calcutta. Yeah, fuck Calcutta. Let's see, how do you spell Calcutta? Radio's saying stuff at 3 a.m.
In the NBA, Dante DiVincenzo in clutch for the Timberwolves. You heard it on the Timberwolves radio network. They beat the Warriors 127 to 120. DiVincenzo had 21 points. Steph Curry had 39 points in the loss. Donovan Mitchell dropped 48 points as the Cavaliers rallied past the Wizards 130 to 126. And Joel Embiid had 39 points to go along with 9 rebounds as the 76ers outscored the Pacers 115 to 105, while the Pistons rolled past the Hawks 142 to 115. Jalen Johnson recorded his third straight triple-double. And in college football, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza took home the Davey O'Brien Award for Best Quarterback and the Maxwell Award for Most
I said that.
in the nation. I'm Monty Bolaños.
I said that before she said that. Now, I'm not like Tony Romo predicting the plays, but I'm almost like Tony Romo. I can sleep impressed with myself tonight. That's right. I made it over 1 hour. I don't think I gained a sub. Should I not show? You did a big no show on Saturday. Where did Teddy go? I should go shopping. For a new do-rag. Which they'd be open at 9 a.m. for their holiday hours. I already pre-searched the local place. Which is, as far as Dick's Sporting's good, but it's not Dick's Sporting's good. I'm going to take Saturday off. I'm officially going into a new dark side Phil mode where I don't want to have a show on Saturday because I can do other things. We'll see you Sunday for NFL football.